Hello everyone! Welcome back to another episode of our Project Dream. I am Teacher Edlin from Andres Bonifacio Integrated School, and I am assigned to discuss about expressing rational numbers from fraction form to decimal form and vice versa. At the end of this video, you are expected to express rational numbers from fraction form to decimal form and express rational numbers from decimal form to fraction form. First, what is a rational number? A rational number is any number that can be expressed in the form of a over b, or we can rewrite this as a divided by b, where a and b are integers and b should not equal to 0. So, pag sinabi natin rational number, dapat po yung b is not equal to 0 kasi magiging undefined po siya. Okay, any rational number can be expressed in fraction form or decimal form. Okay, so in converting fraction to decimal, we have two methods na po pwedeng gamitin. The first one is by using equivalent fractions with the denominator 10, 100,000, or any other power of 10. So, dito sa method na to, yung given fraction natin ay i-convert natin siya into equivalent fractions, pero dapat yung kanyang denominator is a power of 10. So, in using this method, meron tayong step na susundin. So, the first one is, we are going to find a number that can you multiply the numerators of the fraction to make it 10, 100,000, or a power of 10. So, dito sa step 1 natin, maghahanap tayo ng number, ng certain number, na imumultiply natin sa denominator to make it a power of 10. So, in second step, kung ano yung number na nakita natin, na nahanap natin doon sa step 1 natin, so we are going to multiply that number on both numerator and denominator. Okay, step 3, write down just the numerator by putting the decimal point in the correct spot, one space from the right-hand side for every 0 in the denominator. Okay, so let's have our first example. Convert 2/5 to decimal form. So in this one, we are going to find the equivalent fractions of 2/5. Okay, so ano po yung unang gagawin natin? So first, we are going to find a number that can be multiplied in the denominator to make it a power of 10. So anong number kaya? So what number we are going to multiply 5 to make this denominator a power of 10. So that number will be 2. So we are going to multiply 5 by 2 to become 10. So yung step 2 po natin, so 10, multiply both numerator and denominator by 2. So saan po ba natin nakuha yung 2 dito? So itong 2 na ito po yung number kanina na i-multiply natin sa 5, which is the denominator of the fraction to make it a power of 10. Okay, so multiply doon natin yung both numerator and denominator by 2. So let's have first our numerator. We have 2 times 2, so we have 4. Next, 5 times 2, we have 10. So therefore, 2/5 is equal to 4 over 10, or the equivalent fraction of 2/5 is 4 over 10. So next we have, write down 4 with the decimal point one space from the right because 10 has 1, 0. So this time, itong 4 daw sa equivalent fraction natin ay isusulat natin yung ating numerator. Okay, and then we are going to move the decimal point one space going to the left. So, mula dito sa right natin, magmo-move tayo ng 1 space papunta sa left. So, we come up with 0.4. So, therefore, 2/5 is equal to 0.4. Okay, so let's have our second example. Convert 6/25 to decimal form. Okay, so again, we are going to find the equivalent fraction of 6/25. So, yung kanyang equivalent fraction dapat, ang denominator nun is a power of 10. Okay, so first step, we are going to find a number that we can multiply the denominator, which is 25, to make the denominator of the equivalent fraction a power of 10. So, what number we are going to multiply 25 para yung magiging denominator ng equivalent fraction natin is a power of 10. So, that number is 4. So, we are going to multiply 25 by 4 to become 100. Okay, step 2. Multiply both the numerator and denominator by 4. So, saan po natin galing yung 4 natin? So, yung 4 po, ito po yung number kanina na imumultiply natin sa denominator para yung magiging equivalent fraction natin is a power of 10. So, let's have our 6/25. So, multiply the numerator by 4. So, we have 6 times 4. So, we have 24. Next, multiply the denominator, which is 25, times 4. So, we have 100. So, therefore, the equivalent fraction of 6/25 is 24/100 or 24 hundredths. Okay, step 3. Write down 24 with the decimal point 2 space from the right because 100 has 2 0. So, itong 24 na ito yung numerator ng ating equivalent fraction. So, isusulat daw natin, which is 24. And then, we are going to move the decimal point. Since this is a whole number, so nasaan po yung decimal point nito? So, nandito po yung decimal point natin. Nasa right side. Okay, so, move the decimal point 2 space going to the left. Okay, bakit po 2 space? Kasi yung ating denominator ng equivalent fraction is 100. So, yung 100 natin ay may dalawang 0. So, kung ilang 0 po yung nasa denominator natin, yun po yung number ng pag-move natin ng decimal point. So, since dalawa yung 0 natin dyan, so we have to move the decimal point 2 space going to the left. So, we have 1, 2. So, we come up with 0.24. So, therefore, 6/25 is equal to 0.24. Okay, again, our second method in converting fraction to decimal is by using long division. So, dito sa long division, converting fraction into decimal form is simplify dividing the numerator by the denominator. So, long division nga po. So, i-divide lang natin yung numerator by denominator. Okay, so let's have our first example in converting fraction to decimal using the long division. So we have our example number 1. Express 7/8 as a decimal. So in a long division, we are just going to divide the given fraction. So this time, we are going to divide 7 by 8. So we have 7 divided by 8. So 7 divided by 8 cannot be. So, we are going to write 0. 0 po yan. And this is also 0. And then we have 7. So, again, 7 divided by 8 cannot be. So, we have to add 0. And then bring down 0. So, we have now 70 divided by 8 is equal to 8. So, 8 times 8 is equal to 64. So this time, you're going to subtract 64 from 70. So we have 70 minus 64 is equal to 6. So 6 divided by 8 cannot be. So we have to, again, add 0 and then bring down 0. So this time, we have to 60 divided by 8 is equal to 7. Then the same process, 7 times 8 is equal to 56. Then subtract 56 from 60. So we have 60 minus 56 is equal to 4. So 4 divided by 8, again, cannot be. So we have to add 0 and then bring down 0. So we have now 40 divided by 8 is equal to 5. 5 times 8, we have 40. Then 40 minus 40 is equal to 0. So therefore, our answer is 0.875. And what kind of a fraction it is? So this one is a third. Okay, so our second example, we have expressed 3/4 as a decimal. So again, by using the long division, we are going to divide 3 by 4. So we have 3 divided by 4 cannot be. So dagdag tayo ng 0 dito. Then magdadagdag tayo ng 0 and decimal point. So we have now 30 divided by 4. We have 7. So now 7 times 4, we have 28. So subtract 28 from 30. So 30 minus 28 is, we have 2. So 2 divided by 4 cannot be. So again, add 0, then bring down 0. So we have now 20 divided by 4. So we have 5. Then 5 times 4, we have 20. So 20 minus 20, we have 0. So therefore, we have now 0.75. So this number class or this decimal number is also a terminating decimal. So therefore, 3/4 is equal to 0.75. Okay, we have our example number 3. Express 2/3 as a decimal. So again, by using the long division, we are going to divide 2 by 3. So we have this one. 2 divided by 3. So 2 divided by 3 cannot be. So we have to add 0. Then mag-add tayo dito ng 0 and decimal point. So we have now 20 divided by 3. So we have 6. So 6 times 3. So we have 18. So 18, or we have to subtract 18 from 20. So we have 20 minus 18. So it is equal to 2. So 2 divided by 3 still cannot be. So add tayo ng 0 uli, then bring down 0. So we have now 20 divided by 3. So we have still 6. 6 times 3, we have 18. So we have now 20 minus 18. We have 2. So again, 2 divided by 3 cannot be. So again, add 0, then bring down 0. So we have now 20 divided by 3. We have 6. 6 times 3, we have 18. So 20 minus 18, we have 2. So if you notice, class, that the solution is keep on repeating. So we can say that the quotient is a repeating decimal. So 0.666 is a repeating decimals. So therefore, 3 or 2/3 is equal to 0.6. So we can write this one 0.666 as 0.6, and then we use var to indicate that the digit 6 is repeats. So, gagamitan natin ng var dito sa taas. So, ibig sabihin nito na yung 6 na yan, ito po yung paulit-ulit. Okay, so this time we are going to convert decimal to fraction. So, before that, so let's have a short review. So, we have a given number. So, dito sa given number class, so dito sa left side ng decimal natin, so these are the whole numbers. And yung mga number na nandito sa right side of the decimal point is the decimal numbers. Okay, so let's proceed to their place value. So, in the whole number, yung mga place value po natin, meron tayong ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. Okay, so kung mapapansin, may tatlong dot po tayo dyan. So, ibig sabihin, meron pa po yung karugtong dyan. Okay, in our decimal numbers, meron tayong tenths, hundreds, thousands. Okay. So, ano po ang tawag natin dito sa decimal point na to? How can we read this decimal point? So, this decimal point class can be read as and. Okay. So, let's identify the digit of a number ng mga place value na ito. Okay. So, dito sa whole number natin, so yung ones natin is 5. Yung tens natin is 6. Yung hundreds natin is 4. At saka yung thousand natin is 2. So, in our decimal number, yung tens natin, so this is our decimal point. So, yung tens natin, ito po yan. So, we have 2. Hundreds, ito po. So, we have 4. And then, yung thousand natin, we have 5. Thousand, we have 5. Okay. So, let's try to read this one. 0.5. So, this is our ones. And this is our decimal number. So, yung place value nito ay tenths. So, we can read this one as 5 tenths. Okay, next one, we have 0.02. So, this one is 2 hundredths. Okay, next one, we have 0.125. So, tenths, hundreds, thousandths. So, we can read this one as 125 thousandths. Okay, so we have our first example. Convert 0.1 to a fraction. So how can we convert decimal to a fraction? So we can apply kung paano natin babasahin. Okay, so first, we have this one, 0.1. So copy the decimal. Kokopyahin lang natin yung decimal natin which is 1. So yun po yung ating magiging numerator. So, paano po yung ating denominator? So, babasahin natin. So, this one is our decimal point. So, pag binasa natin to ay tenths. So, ibig sabihin, yung ating denominator ay 10. So, 0.1 is equal to 1 tenths. Okay, example number 2. Convert 0.25 to a fraction. So, again, we have 0.25. So, just copy the decimal numbers, which is 25. So, that will be our numerator. Then, ang ating denominator, so itong 0 na to, ito yung ones natin. This is our tenths, hundreds. So, therefore, our denominator is 100. So, 25 over 100. But this one class, we can still reduce this one into lowest term. So, ano po yung number na pwede nating i-divide? Both numerator and denominator. So, we can divide both numerator and denominator by 25. So, 25 divided by 25, we have 1. 100 divided by 25, so we have 4. So, therefore, 0.25 is equal to 1/4. So, example number 3, convert 0.125 to a fraction. So, we have 0.125. Again, copy the decimal number, which is 125. So, yan po yung ating magiging numerator. And then, How about the denominator? So, basahin po natin. So, ito yung ating tenths, hundreds, thousands. So, therefore, yung ating denominator is 1,000. So, we have 125 over 1,000. But still, we can reduce this into lowest term. So, anong number po kaya ang pwede nating i-divide? Both numerator and denominator. So, we have pwede nating i-divide siya sa 25 or 125. So, 125 divided by 125, we have 1. So, 1,000 divided by 125, so we have 8. So, therefore, 0.125 is equal to 1/8. Thanks for watching.